3 News has been sent another secret recording of Bill English, in which National's deputy leader talks about the war in Iraq and says he's worried about Barack Obama, the man the polls are picking as the next president of the United States. The recording is clearly designed to derail John Key's election campaign. Political editor Duncan Garner is live with our exclusive story. Duncan.
Good evening, Mike. This piece of tape is a continuation of the secret recordings that were taken at National's August conference. National won't engage on the content of this tape, and it's blaming Labor tonight for what it's calling a recycled dirty tricks campaign. Bill English has already apologised for being caught on tape saying he'd like to eventually sell Kiwibank. Now there's another secret recording, again leaked exclusively to 3 News, from the cocktail party at National's August conference. And this time English appears to lament the moralistic view presidential hopeful Barack Obama and others take on international relations and war, saying someone needs to be prepared to pull the trigger.
I'm a bit worried about this whole Obama and Europe thing, just because there's a limited effectiveness in being moralistic about international relations, and Europe has turned out to be particularly ineffective even in its own backyard. And the US, you can argue, overdo it, and Bush should have put a different window dressing. There still needs someone who's willing to pull the trigger.
John Key says he's not concerned about the comments.
Another week on the campaign trail, another dirty trick from Labor. No great surprise, these guys are desperate.
National argues there's no context to the comments, so we asked for an interview with English to explore what he meant. He wouldn't front, citing the same dirty tricks line. But Helen Clark says it shows National would have sent troops to Iraq and to future wars.
What it tells us is how militaristic the National Party is. If there's a war going, they want to be part of it.
Clark says the comments around Obama are particularly unfortunate and could have implications in Washington should he be elected president tomorrow.
I'm a bit worried about this whole Obama and Europe thing, just because there's a limited effectiveness in being moralistic about international relations.
Obama has indicated he will withdraw troops from the war in Iraq. Again, Key says he isn't worried this could cause some kind of incident.
If I'm Prime Minister of New Zealand in 5 days' time, I'll be able to strike up a good working relationship with him.
And National says Labor is behind this.
I haven't got the slightest idea who's behind it.
What about you? What do you think about the process, though, of members of Parliament being recorded secretly and then having it used like this? Albeit it may play into your hands, but do you have a view of the way it's been used?
I guess it's not a problem if you're saying the same thing in public as you are in private.
But National is adamant Labor knows more than it's letting on. And this tape comes from the same source who has leaked us the previous tapes that we've run. But we don't get a choice of material. It comes packaged up, and what you see and hear at home is what we have actually been sent. Our source has already said he's not a Labor Party member, though National believe that those around him are linked to the Labor Party. Of course, Helen Clark's denying that. I understand there is more tape to come, but I'm told there's no more tape recordings as such of Bill English.
Duncan, the broadcasting of the tape could be seen as unfair to National in this last week of the campaign.
Yes, that's right. 3 News acknowledges that it is to some extent here being used by someone who obviously has it in for the National Party, that the closer the election gets, the more serious the impact could be. But at the same time, it is not our job to censor the news. If we didn't report it, we'd be failing in our duty. So really all 3 News can do in this is broadcast the material and let the public make up their own minds.
Duncan, thank you.